Good morning, everyone, on a lovely Sunday dawn. It's one time check. That's 1:43 in the morning, guys. This is JM, the morning nice candy vendor and entrepreneur, a call center agent, a big blogger, and a motivational speaker, and a developing influencer, guys. Here in social media. Hi, by the way, to our first viewer out out there. How are you doing today? By the way, it's Senor to you guys. Yep, it's Senor guys to us. Cause if you are currently in Cebu, right, it's gonna be the festivity for Fitsenor. But my take on things, guys, on the Fitsenor itself, guys. I hope that last year's event that happened to Sinolo guys won't happen this year, guys. I pray for it. I ask for it from him that that won't happen. We're in last year, guys. There were two locations where the Sinolo guys happened, which is in Carmen and in Cebu. And based on the history, right? It should be in Cebu, right? That happened. But the thing there, guys, is there are two things. The two, um, our two executives here didn't come into a compromise decision on the places, right? How I look at it. One wanted it in Avellana, one wanted it in SMP. Sometimes, guys, how I look at it, it's not our celebration of Pit Senior, guys, is connected to the devotion, right? The devotion to the Holy Kid, right? But last year, guys, it was not totally that way. There was a color, and most of the time, most of the things that I heard, guys, is like it's because of the two parties not agreeing on one thing. It showed the true color of the leadership for me. Why? It showed at the time that uh, the two leaders showed that they became traditional politicians. They could have, for me, could have set aside the difference. They could have talked about a consensus decision to um, where the synologue should happen, guys. And by the way, yeah, because why? By having a um, somewhat like a divided opinion on it, guys. This my take as on what happened last year. No, by talking it out, guys. Getting a one sentiment on that scenario, guys. We could not. They could not have put a shade on the festival by having these two disagreements, not talking it out, not fixing it out. There should have been a person to mediate the two. Would you know, guys? It showed the true color of politics that shadowed the festivities. Why? Why, guys? It's because like this. How I look at it, it's like this. It's not about the devotion that happened last year, even though it's successful. But what happened last year, guys, it's more about the money that is coming into the festivities. I hope that should not shadow this coming event, guys, because why? It would not look good for me. It would not look good. It would show, um, it would show that the real politicians don't sometimes care about the devotion, but it's about the sponsors and money that comes in. But it should have been that they should have one one voice or the consensus on things, guys. Because why? Um, I believe that in everything that happens, guys, it takes two to tango. Like, if one doesn't agree, the other doesn't agree, then it's a divisible thing. But if the other one is would open their ears, given that they are already uh, somewhat like oldies already. You could say tag them oldies. They could if one would listen, the other one would speak up. The other, when the time the other one would speak up, the other one would listen. I believe that they would have one voice and one consensus, and they I guess they will look into the contingents welfare, right? And the devotion. That's with the celebration, right? And I hope that will not happen. Wherein politics, color of politics would show up again. Because why? Um, Sinolo guys is talking about their devotion to Senior Santo Niño, right? I believe, right? And that's my take on that. On last year, guys, and I pray that that won't happen, guys, because it shows it shows the true color of politicians here, that they don't look into the welfare of their constituents, but the money that comes into it. I'm not into any of the parties, guys, because um I don't really dwell on the politics, given that I see what's in there, guys. For me, I wanted to have for me, guys. If you're gonna look at my take on the politics situation here in the Philippines, guys, is for me, guys. It's like this. Um, in we wanted we all want, right, that the Philippines would go back to where it is. We were first world country. My plea, guys, is that we stop selling our votes for a certain amount. Because why? At some point in time, guys, when those politicians win, you would have a hard time finding them, because and they will always say, when you complain when they do something that's not good, which is corruption, they will always say, you, I bought your vote and your sentiment last election. Why are you complaining? Please don't do complain, right? And they will always show you your signature. I hope that moving forward, guys, in the coming election, I know that that's a hard thing to do. But some will all say it's a culture, but we can do it if we start from each one of us, and let's put the Holy Child into to intercede in our decisions that we make. Now, guys, let me go dwell into the topic that I want to discuss, guys, which is life. Life is a complex and a very big topic that needs to be discussed, guys. Because why? You have to understand. You have to understand, guys, that we are created uniquely. The ability of others might not be in the other person, but the ability of this other also person is not there. But these two persons would gel because they are interconnected, because this person has an ability that this other person will need, and this other person will also uh, need the help of this other person to rely on. Right? It's really a big. If you want to talk about life, guys, it's so different. We kind of in life, guys. We should never compare ourselves to each other. Why? The other one is built differently from the other. Right? Or should we say, in the if we look at the Bible verse, we are created uniquely. One has a unique ability, the other one is not. Would you say, guy? Would you believe, guys, that life is destined? What? Uh, the morning is candy boss. JM, what do you mean? Life is destined. We have our own paths to where we go. We start from a little kid. We grow up to be different successful person, people that we are. But because of our free will, we tend to deviate from the path that we should be in. But it doesn't mean, guys, that he won't bring us to where we should be, where he created us for us to be there. That's why uh that's why, guys, you could say that each one of us are unique in a way wherein this person has a ability of a engineer. This person has an ability to be a priest. This person has the ability to be a preacher, right? But in life, guys, as I always would say, life is destined. But because of our own free will, we tend to get out of our the path that we go. But it doesn't mean, guys, that he won't bring us to where we should be. If we are somewhat like not following where we should be, guys, he would find a way for us to realize where we should be. Like for me, guys, would you believe, guys, that at some point in my life, guys, there, as I mentioned in my previous blogs, guys, I wanted to become priest before, guys. I wanted to enter priesthood because why? When I grew up in Himog City, Misamis Oriental, guys, where I grew up, guys, and I was born there, I was an act knight. I was a knight of the altar for 14 years. From the time that I became grade two, guys, I entered. Hi, by the way, Jason Haka. Thank you for the like on the video. And Marvin. Yep. Marvin A. Rita Bale. Thank you for the like. Yeah. Oh, going to what I said. Yeah. Uh, in the house, guys. Oh, when I was a little boy, guys, there were times where if I would be in the house, I would practice what I saw in the mass. Okay? Because my one of my dreams before was into going becoming a priest before. Eventually, one of my titas talked to me about, John, can you not go into this because you're gonna be the first in the family. We had one who went into the seminary, but married in the near along the way. So that okay, did that. Let me uh, uh, let me think about it. Okay, I placed it in the side. I said, okay, did that. Um, I have I have three other things that I wanna be in. want to be. I saw myself being. I told my tita I wanted to become an army or armed personnel or part of the AFP before. I did. Um, I did. Somewhat I went into the advanced ROTC before, guys, and then I was to train on the summer for the second sem in between December for me to become an advanced officer. But eventually, my dad, who's already on top, guys, didn't want me to enter into the advanced training because he told me that it's dangerous and yeah, it doesn't want me. And there was a budget for the advanced program. I tried to hold it up so that I won't go into that. So that's not there. And the other thing is I wanted to become a medical practitioner. A doctor? Why? Why, John? Because I saw that my penmanship was not that good, and it's within me that uh, that I wanted to serve. But eventually, guys, I saw my older brother, who's in New Hampshire, being a should you say a physical therapist in the U.S. He became an RPPT. I'm proud of him because he took it once only and he passed the exam. He's in the US. So I said, okay, there's already one doctor in the family. I could not surpass that. That's okay. He's already there. So when when I graduated from college, guys, I pursued I pursued I went back to my initial thing that I wanted to do in life was to enter priesthood. Would you know, guys, that I would pass the search in, I would pass everything, but there is one thing that's holding me back at the time is that I would not go into it. And I asked myself, why is it? Uh, there were times that what came come into would come into my mind is thinking of my younger sister. My younger sister, that time, who's still studying. I said while I was working, okay, why is this like this? So I ventured into a lot of congregation. I tried to search in, but there was one search in search in congregation wherein I went to. Uh, that you're gonna ask me, uh, what and yeah, what congregation was it? I'll keep that into me. When I entered the congregation, guys, that congregation for the search and vocational talk. There were two congregations where I went to. Uh, what was the discussion proper then was to discern where and then under your discernment if you're really for there, you let him come into your life, free to make the decision. I was like, okay, let me go to that. I was still also working by then, guys. Actually, I work in Bose in Price Gas, and the first congregation that I went to, I tried entering to. That was back then when I worked in Boot One, in Butuan uh in Libertad. Eventually, guys, where was the place we're in? It made me discern well where I should be. That was already when I came into Cebu, guys. That was 2007. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that was 2007. Uh, when I came here in Cebu with those two congregations that I searched, guys, that they talk about this proper discernment before I make any decisions at all. I really asked, Lord, how did I prayed as for the guidance of where I should be. It's like, Lord, you know what my heart is longing for. Lord, I open to you my mind, my heart, my mouth, and my heart for cleansing to what is right and what is wrong into my life. Guide me to the right decision that I will be creating. Lord, you know how open, pure, and pure my heart is. I might have my own free will, but your free will, your will is more greater than mine. I submit everything to you, Lord. At that time, I found my late wife. We transitioned into having a house after a couple of months or so, renting a space. And there did I realize that I was meant, my calling back then was not into priesthood. That was the reason why I didn't go or move forward. It's because my calling in life, guys, and eventually, guys, yeah, um, eventually, that's it. That's it. I became a padre de familia by then. I ought to have and that's there, guys. When I had my own family, guys, there also that I realized that when you go into family life from single, it doesn't mean it will be easy or smooth sailing, guys. Uh, if you find the right partner and the time, yes, it will be smooth sailing. You have to go through the process in life. Then life is a process. You go through those process. You don't jump from one thing to the other, and he will show you where you should be in life is. Yep. And that's why, yeah. There, guys, we started back in 2010. We started the small business that we have, which is the ice candy business. And then in the process, guys, yeah, as I mentioned, you don't achieve your success if you don't go to a lot of trials in life, guys. I did have my fair share of trials that made me open to a lot of things in life, which is I lost my first kid at that time, guys. Um, that was a painful scenario for me. But I had at the time, guys. He opened my mind into like to understand that these are just tests in life. You have to be stronger. You have to be stronger. You have to be strong, spiritual and personal. Because why? Um, because these trials that comes into our life are tests. Art, our tests wherein He is making us ready for the greater responsibility that He would be giving us. If we bow down from this trials that our trials or tests that comes into our life, guys, it only means one thing. We don't believe in his this life that he is creating for us. It doesn't mean, guys, that you go. It doesn't mean, guys, that you go to hardships. That's it. It's like you you would be that's the end of it because you bump into something. No. Um, these things that happen into our life, guys. These trials that happen into our life. This are spices in life. Spices in life in the in a way we're in uh, uh spices into our life we're in these are trials that would uh make us realize the potential that we have that we have, guys, because well if we tr- if we trust on him, mm, everything that everything that he plans for our life, guys, uh those trials, those tests that will happen into our life, we just hone us to be better, to be a better person. That's why for me, guys, I lost three of my kids. I have one with me. Then a couple of years ago, I lost my wife, my late wife. You never see me bowing down from those trials, guys. But the thing is, you will see a stronger and an open, and more open-minded person, JM, that you see, guys. Like when I see people, when I see people along the way, but sometimes criticize what I do, I will only say, okay. Then I would say, I would always tell them that I would always gauge him on this critic doesn't know what he, no, I'll just go with it. But if that critic persists on trying to criticize me and then trying to pulling me down, that's the time I will answer. I will answer and I'll talk. I'll talk to the person. Talk to the person in a way wherein I'll let him realize that he should not, or she, or he found the wrong person to criticize. Because why? If it- if he or she wants to pull me down, he or she got the wrong person to pull me down, pull down the person. Because why? Even though how hard that is in life, guys, how hard those trials that comes into life, I'll never bow down from those trials that I will be encountering because I know that uh I know that this are tests in life. This will make me better. This will make me. This will help me to be the person that he wants me to be, a padre de familia, or the cornerstone of the family. I know, and it will always open me to my role as a provider to the family. As my motto would all, as my motto would always say, I will never look at how hard or how tiresome the job is being a father or a provider to the family. How far I need to walk or what not I need to do, because why? The mere fact that my kid and my family are happy because I am able to provide for what they do. That's already something that's already something that money won't be able to buy. But it's like you are gonna be put in the cradle, and by that time, guys, that you see that your kid is happy, your wife is happy, and then your kids are happy, your wife is happy. The time you could say to yourself at some point, I'm able to provide for my family. I'm able to do what's necessary for my family. And when that would come into your life, because why? It made you stronger. It made you better. Do not, guys, think of everything that he gives into you as a persecution or a thing that will pull you down. No, that's not how it is. Oh, those trials in life, those tests in life, guys, those are there because he wants you to be ready for the greater opportunity that he will give you moving forward. It's for you to. It's just for you to dig into the concrete reason of it and take that reason as a um, stepping stone for you to grow personal and spiritual, guys. That that's why, guys, that you see the moaning ice candy vendor, even though how hard, how what trials I may go through every day, guys. You don't see me getting a sad face because also, guys, uh, sad faces don't have any place in this world, guys. Because the more you have a sad face, guys, the more you won't be able to think of the necessary solutions. That's why when I walk along the streets, to see that I'm able to make you smile and lighten your day, guys. And if we can talk, I could give you my 1 cents idea on how you could solve your solution. That's something that money won't be able to buy. But I'll be happy because I was made an instrument for you to realize life. And yep, that's my content for this Sunday dawn, guys. I hope you have takeaways from it. And by the way, guys, this live video, as I mentioned, guys, in my previous blogs, guys, or my videos, guys, this is also simultaneously live on my YouTube channel. That's gonna be the Moaning Ice Candy Vendor. You can hit the subscribe and the notification bell to be not left behind by any upcoming videos about the Moaning Ice Candy Vendor. You can follow me. My Twitter account is gonna be JM Bookkeeping Services and Assorted Products. And to my page on Facebook, or the other page that I have, that's going to be JM Bookkeeping Services and Assorted Products. You'll be able to see the updated ice candy products that I'll be bringing along the streets. And you'll also be seeing the products that I will be able to present moving forward. And by the way, guys, on YouTube, we do have 3 channels. That's going to be John Michael, that's John Michael Morrow, JM Teachback, and the Moaning Ice Candy Vendor. I hope, guys, you have takeaways from this discussion that I have, guys, for you on this Sunday. If you want to have somebody to shout out, a name that you want to have you want me to shout out, or you want me to congratulate or greet a happy birthday, guys, feel free to hit that comment button below, guys. comment button won't really bite you guys, and I will assure you that I'll be reading through those things one by one. And this is JM one more time, the Morning Skin Defender, an entrepreneur, a consultant agent, and a big blogger, and a starting influencer. Bye bye for now. On the Sunday dawn, guys, let's spread the good vibes, not the bad vibes. It's in your. Bye bye for now. See you later in my Monday live videos.